What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Green Birds Outdoors video. Like you've seen in the title, today we will be showing you where to shoot the deer, elk, bear, and the goose and the duck. So, yeah, let's jump into it. Let's start off with the deer. So the deer, they live basically anywhere. They're much like the elk, just that they're smaller, faster, and they're less skittish. Where do you want to shoot the deer is the question. That's the main question out of all these animals. So the deer, if they're standing broadside, there's that shoulder blade and then there's the leg. All right. The crease, like that dark crease next to the shoulder blade, that's where you're gonna want to shoot with a gun, bow, any weapon. That's where you're gonna want to shoot because that's where the lungs sit. The lungs sandwich the heart, okay? But the heart is just a little bit lower than the lungs. So you can't, if you have a gun, you can shoot right through the shoulder blade and you'll hit the heart. You just have to hit a little bit lower. But with broadside, if you have a bow, you can't really shoot through the shoulder blade because the bow will just bounce off the bone and not go through it. So with the bow, you're gonna want to hit the heart from a quartering away shot, because then right where the ribs come down underneath of its belly, there the heart sits right in front of the ribs and the lungs. So if you shoot right through there, you can hit the heart. Now for the elk. The elk is a lot like the deer. It's just stronger, are skittish. You don't really see them a lot, just like the deer. So the elk, you're still gonna want to shoot them broadside, quartering away, or for frontal. So we'll talk about the frontal later. But the broadside, same thing. Aim for the crease. That'll get a lung or maybe even double lung if you're a good shot. Even with the quartering away, just like the deer, shoot right underneath the ribs. That'll hit the heart, or just aim for the left or right lung. Depends on where it's standing. So, like I said, the frontal. So the frontal, it's probably one of the hardest shots to shoot at because there's this little gap right where the neck meets the chest. There's this little hole, and that hole place that you can put your bullet arrow through, and there won't be any bones in the way. It'll just be flesh to the heart. The hole is about 4 by 4 inches, like this, and with the bow, my dad always says to not take a shot for the frontal in less than 20 yards, and that's a good reason because with the sight on a bow, you only have that little glowing dot that you have to shoot at, and so aiming for a 4 by 4 circle is kind of hard to do. With a gun, I would we're not really gun hunters, we're mostly bow hunters, but with a gun, I wouldn't take a shot less than 100 to 75 yards, just because 75 yards below is just fine, and 100 yards would be on the hard side. So yeah, with the gun, you can take those shots because you have the scope, and so then you can see where you're actually gonna hit it, and yeah. So that's basically what you should do when you have a frontal, and where you should hit the elk. Now for the bear. The bear is a lot like the deer and the elks. The bear, it's a predator and whatnot, but it's a lot alike. Their organs sit in the right place. But if you line up an elk diagram and a bear diagram, if you put them together, you're gonna if you shoot the bear, it's gonna go right through the middle of the elk because the bear is just bigger. It's more stockier, but by then you're still aiming right behind the shoulder with the bear, or right in that crease. It looks different because the elk is just taller and not like skinnier and stuff. So the bear, you still want to hit right behind the shoulder. That'll hit a lung or a quartering away, or even the frontal shot. You can hit a frontal shot on the bear. All three of them are identical to where their lungs and heart sits. And so, yeah, let's keep on going. This is probably going to be the easiest one to explain, right? Because they're just birds. They're just flying birds. And so you're just going to shoot them. They're going to die, basically. And that's what your guys are probably thinking. But that's not true. All the footage that we post, you don't see the back scenes of what happens. Sometimes we nail them. Sometimes we shoot them. It looks like they go down. They go back up in the air, and then they go down. And yeah, that's what you call a cripple, and we have to shoot them again. And sometimes we lose them because sometimes they land and then they fly off. So all the footage that we post is what you guys think, and I know that all of you YouTubers that have a hunting channel and stuff, you guys experience the same thing, and you goose hunters experience the same thing. But back to what we were talking about. Where do you shoot a goose and a duck? Exactly. I like to call it the 4 Bs, okay? The 4 Bs. You aim for the butt, you aim for the body, you aim for the beak, and then you aim for the bam, all right? So you go butt, body, beak, bam. With a duck and the goose, you gotta lead them pretty far, especially with the duck since they're really fast. The duck and the goose is basically the same thing also. The duck is just faster and smaller. The duck, you're gonna want to aim. It's probably like butt, body, beak, bam, 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 and then you shoot. Because the duck, their max speed is like 50 to 60 miles an hour. Or your bullet, and you just aim, it's just gonna swipe their tail feathers. So you want to aim about 2 to 3 feet in front of them so you can hit the head. And why you want to hit the head is because if you hit the body, what me, Goose, and Dad do is just we just harvest the breast meat. Some people do the wings, some people do the feet. We're just not into that. We just like the breast meat, not feet. It's the good chunk of meat, and so that's what we aim for. But when you shoot the body, you're getting 50 to 100 BBs in that body, and that could ruin your meat a lot. Actually, we've had some geese that we shoot. You know it's a bad shot because you just see it. You can see the blood on the body. You're like, oh, that means that meat is ruined because those BBs just went right in the meat. And so with all those BBs and bloodshot or whatever, there's not much meat left. But the goose and the duck, just always remember butt, body, beak, bam. And yeah, that's basically the goose and the duck. So hopefully, you that are new hunters, just getting into the sport, beginners, hunting been for a couple years, hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you guys found this interesting. But we do these kind of videos for the beginners, for the new starters, just for the people, because we want more people getting into the sport because it's amazing. We love the sport. That's why we're super bummed that we have to wait 6 months to get a residency, and we're sorry that we can't post. And if you guys are not subscribed, like the new beginners, you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment down below to what we need to change, and just new video ideas because we need those always. So appreciate y'all, and we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.